Hey guys, Matt here. Hope you're all enjoying self-isolation. You're taking care and you're looking after yourself. Quite a few of you have asked about how do you record a show at home, so that's what I'm going to kind of take you through just now. So I think I've left a few comments in response to some of you. The best way, or the easiest way, I suppose, to do it is to use Audacity and a recorder to record your voice. So I'll take you through this in a few different steps. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to show you just how to install Audacity, and then I'll take you through sort of basic editing, how you would do that, and probably in a separate video I'll talk about what microphone you use. Now, as you can see, I've got my own microphone set up. This just happens to be my personal collection from a few years ago. Not everyone's in that position, of course. We can help you borrow recording equipment if you want, or you could use your phone as well. We appreciate that, if we're asking volunteers to do shows at home, not all of you have spent thousands of, possibly any of you have spent the kind of money that we've spent on equipment, so of course we won't expect you to have the same level of gear. So, just coming onto the computer here. Now, all you can see in my screen is just the screen recording software, so I'm just going to minimize that. So this is my desktop. I'm going to open the internet. So I use Google Chrome for that. And once it loads up, I am going to search for Audacity. So just in here, type in Audacity. Okay. You probably recognize the logo if you've used the computers in the studio. So I'm just going to click on the first link that comes up. Easy peasy. Audacityteam.org is the one we want. If we scroll down a little bit, we can see here we've got a few different controls, but just going to click on download Audacity. Now, if you've already got Audacity on your PC, you can probably just skip this step. I've got a Windows PC, or a Windows laptop I should say, so I'm going to click on Audacity for Windows. Obviously if you're using an Apple Mac, you would just click on this over here, but I'm going to click on this. Okay, so scroll down a little bit. Now you can maybe see here it says Audacity 2.33 installer. All you have to do really is just click on that. Okay, click that link. You get taken here, and I'm going to click on Audacity Windows Installer. Okay, if you're using a Windows laptop or PC just like me, then that's what you click on. Otherwise, you may be using a Mac, you'd have to click on that. So there we go, clicking on Audacity. There's a wee icon coming up here, and it's pointing to this here. So it's in my downloads folder now. So I just need to click on that. And just give that a moment to load up. Do you want this app to make changes to your device? Yes, we do. So I'll click yes. And click OK. And click next. And click next. That's just saying where do you want to install it. So I would imagine the majority of you would the default setting would be absolutely fine. So just click next, click next again, and install. And what should happen is it will automatically open once it's done its install. So this will take a few moments. Okay, and click on next. If you want to read through that, you can. I don't think there's anything particularly interesting in there. Finish and launch Audacity. So there we go. Okay. Hey folks, I recorded the first part of this video the other day, and part of the audio didn't record quite in the way that I thought it would, so I just thought it'd be easier to start again. But it's also worth mentioning that when I first recorded the video, it was before government advice had changed, and it's hard to imagine that you or a member of staff coming to the studio to sign out a bit of gear would be thought of as necessary travel. So unfortunately for just now, that means we can't lend out equipment. If you have a mobile phone, like a smartphone, most of them will have like a recording, like a voice recorder facility on it. It'll probably be fine, to be honest. I'll maybe do another wee video about how closely you should have your mouth to the microphone and how to share it and that sort of thing. But for the most part, it should be okay. Won't be as good as the studio microphones, but it is what it is. So we had just finished installing Audacity in the last video, so I'm kind of going to take it from there. So, opening Audacity. Now, I think in the last video it was open already, but not to worry. So what you would want to do is record all your speech in one go. So think of all the things that you're going to talk about in your show. Now, you might want to have notes. You might want to maybe even make a script up, really. Because you won't have all the songs back to back like you see them on Synergy. Do you know what I mean? So you won't see, we get this song there, we get this song there. So you'll just have to do that, like I say, from notes or from memory if you want to do it that way. So you'd record all the speech. I'm just going to give you an example of that just now. So remember, I'm not a presenter. I'll give it my best shot. So I've got Audacity here. Now, I'm going to record straight into Audacity. You would want to bring audio in from elsewhere, but some of you were recording straight into Audacity, so I'll kind of do it as if you're doing it that way and then show you how to import voice in. So I'm going to press record and I'm going to start recording some links just now as if I was doing a show. So here goes. Hi, you're listening to the Matt's Chat Show live in CamGlen Radio 107.9 FM. We've got a great show lined up for you today, but first of all, I'm going to play a tune from a local band called Release, and the song's called Octopus. And then I would record the speech that comes after that. Might as well just do it straight away. So that was Octopus by Release. What a great track, what a great band. The joke is that that's my band. And then you record your next bit of speech. So here's what we're talking about today. Blah, 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 blah. And then, yeah, just record all your speech like I was saying. And then at the end of it, what you'd want to do is just add your tunes in and slot them around your speech. So I'll give you an example of that just now. So I'm going to press stop here. You can also press the space bar on the keyboard. Okay, and that just stops the recording. Now, maybe on a separate video or part of this video, I guess, I'll show you how to record audio on a separate device and then pull it in. Okay, so in Audacity, there's 3 tools that there's 6 in total really, but there's 3 that I think you'll find yourself using more than others. So we've got the selection tool, which means just like in, Microsoft Word, you can select over things. We've got a magnifying tool, which lets you zoom in to the waveform. So this is called the waveform over here, where you can see the sound, if that makes sense. So to zoom in, just left click with your mouse. To zoom out, right click with your mouse. See how that gets smaller as you zoom out? We've got the time shift tool, which just lets you move things around like that. I'm going to press undo, just to put it back to where it was. Now, what I want to do now is I need to find the kind of ideal point to edit the song in. In fact, I'll need to import music first, actually. So let's import some music. So File, up at the top, Import, Audio. And I've got this tune by my band here. So Audacity seems a bit funny with Windows Media Player files, just in case you're thinking of pulling in your own stuff, but it's happiest with WAVs and MP3s. So that's Octopus. Just click on that. Now I can click on Open. And that's on a separate track down here. So you can see there's controls on the left-hand side. Now, what might make things easier just now is if I just click on Mute, so I don't hear it initially. I'm going to use the Zoom In tool at the beginning. And there's also the scroll bar down here just to move this to the side. I'm going to use the selector tool just to play this back. I'm going to start recording some links just now as if I was doing a show. So here goes. Hi, you're listening to the Matt's Chat. Okay, so first thing I want to do is delete this audio because this isn't really me. This is just me waffling on basically. So I'm just going to delete that out. And to do that, you can either press delete on your keyboard, or if you go into edit up at the top and press delete. And that just gets rid of that audio there. Okay, so let's see how this starts now. Hi, you're listening to the Matt's Chat Show. So that's me got my introduction. Hi, you're listening to the Matt's Chat Show live in CamGlen Radio 107.9 FM. We've got a great show lined up for you today. Now, if I was nitpicking, I would maybe say that that's probably too much of a gap in here. So you could just see that where there's a bit of a gap between me saying anything. We've got a great, it's not that big a deal to be honest, so I'll just leave it for just now. But great show lined up for you today. But first of all, I'm going to play a tune from a local band called Release, and the song's called Octopus. Okay, so I left quite a big gap in there, which is quite helpful. So let's zoom out for a moment. And then I'm going to use the selector tool just to select all the music before, sorry, all the speech after this, I should say. And I'm going to cut it. So there's two ways you can do that. You can either click on edit up here and press cut, or you can press Control and X on the keyboard. But let's just keep it simple for just now. So we've cut that and we can paste it back in later. I'm going to unmute this song now, and I'm also going to use the time shift tool or the moving tool. And I'm just going to click on this bit of music down here, just slide it along, and let's see how that sounds. Press play. The song's called Octopus. Okay, that timing's alright, isn't it? Now, if you weren't too happy with how the timing of that is, then you can use this tool here to move the track back and forth, but as it stands, I think it was okay. And then what I'm going to do is move to the end of the piece of music, and I want to paste the speech back in. So remember that speech we cut out earlier on? We're going to put it back over here. So I'm going to use the selector tool to click on roughly where I want to put this, and you can click on edit up here and paste, or you can press Control and V. Okay, so you can see that's all the speech that we cut out earlier. So let's see how this sounds. I'm going to press play or spacebar. And then I would record the speech that comes after that. Might as well just do it straight away. So that was Octopus by Release. Okay, so again, a bit of waffle there. So that was Octopus. So I've got my selector tool here. I'm just going to click that back the way. Press delete. Now, when you press delete on a bit of audio in Audacity, it automatically moves the rest back. Now, that it's up to you whether or not you like that. I think that may be a mode up here, actually. No, it's not. So I'll just move this back here. I think it's okay if these two overlap a little bit. So that was Octopus by Release. What a great track, what a great band. Okay, cool. So hopefully that makes sense, and all you have to do is just kind of repeat that process over and over. Again, maybe better having just at least a kind of series of notes on what songs you're going to play. It's maybe not quite the same feeling as what it is you do your show in real time, but you might actually, once you get used to this at least, you might find it's a bit easier and faster.